I hate this shit a lot. When you're venting about your problems and then some fucking asshole says to you, there are people out there who have it worse than you, so what do you have to complain about? Like, how is that supposed to make anyone feel better? Oh, there's suffering in the world. There's people who have it way worse than you, so feel better. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Just because someone else may be in a worse spot doesn't make the other person's problem any less legitimate. I hate that some people treat depression like it's some sort of fucking sports game that they're tallying up points for. My suffering is worse than yours, so therefore my depression has more credence than yours. Like, okay, I was just venting about my problems that are going on in my life and my depression and how it affects my life. I was never trying to delegitimize your suffering at all, or compare myself to you or anyone else. You just come across as an insensitive asshole when you say shit like this to people who are suffering, especially if it was you they turned to for solace. I've only ever had people on the internet say this to me, no one I talk to on the regular or anything, just random asshole commenters on YouTube. And I just kind of brush that off and be like, well, this person's just another random internet asshole, a dime a dozen, and just kind of move on. But if I had, say, a family member say this to me, or close friends say this to me, and I was seeking their comfort and venting my problems to them because I thought they would provide some sort of comfort, that would destroy me. Because they would be a person I thought I could trust, but it turns out they don't really give a fuck about my problems and would rather just brush it off and only provide me an asinine statement. This has thankfully not happened to me, but I know for a fact that there are plenty of people out there who unfortunately can't say the same thing. They seek comfort in a person, and that person just kind of brushes off their problems and says, other people are suffering out there too. What makes your problem so special? Who do you think you're helping when you say shit like that? The person who is venting their problems to you could have really bad depression, and shit like that could worsen it. They may already feel worthless and then leave the conversation feeling even more worthless because they feel like their problems aren't worth being listened to. So can you please, for the love of fuck, have at least an ounce of empathy? I feel like that's a lot to ask for a lot of people out there. I suffer with depression. I'm currently going through a really bad spot when it comes to my mental health. But I never thought for a second that there are no people out there who are suffering more than me. Just because you suffer with your own set of problems doesn't mean you lose sight of the fact that there are other people out there in the world who suffer too, and may suffer even more than you. Depression doesn't just automatically make you self-centered. And saying dumb shit like, well, people have it worse than you, so suck it up, only makes being open about your problems continue to be a taboo. You're not helping anyone when you say that. You're only being an unempathetic douchebag who can't give a fuck about other people's problems. Just think about it for a second. Do mental health professionals who are actually worth a fuck say this shit to their patients? Almost certainly not. And if they did, they would be a disgrace to their field. So what makes you, Joe Schmo, feel like you're helping when you say that dumb shit to a person? A bit of food for thought. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.